All right. So, but let's get to what Heat fans are upset about, obviously, today. And that is that Donovan Mitchell, he was traded to the Cleveland Cavaliers yesterday as the New
Seemed
York
like that was
Knicks.
out of the blue, right?
Yeah, they were a team that was kind of like on the fringe. Like I heard, like there was some Cleveland noise, them Washington, but I never took it seriously. I really thought he was going to end up going to the Knicks the way it sounded like they were going to ask for a gazillion draft picks. But then when the Knicks did extend RJ Barrett and Windhorst comes out and he's telling you that, the interest between Miami and Donovan is very mutual. I was like, all right, maybe this gets
That's not how you came in there, you bum.
What do you mean that's not how I
You
came in
came in full steam ahead.
there? When?
Leroy.
No, I'm talking about this week, dude. I'm not talking about when it first happened. I'm not talking about when the summer first happened, I thought they were going to get Donovan Mitchell. Like even more than Kevin Durant. I thought that they were going to get Donovan Mitchell. I thought that was going to be the guy. Him and Bam playing so much in the pro league. Jimmy Butler going out and having dinner with Donovan Mitchell. I was like, all right, these guys have kind of marked their territory on which guy they want. And you see the trade that goes down yesterday. I don't feel like it's some crazy deal that the Cavaliers sent that would have been impossible for the Heat to make. Now the Heat did have some hangups with the amount of picks they could have given up because right now Miami's only eligible to give away 2 picks, and they would have had to do a deal with the Oklahoma City Thunder to unlock one of their picks so they could have dealt a 3rd pick. And who doesn't love NBA trade technicalities, right? Like
it's crazy.
They're so fun.
4 teams, so-and-so gets this, so-and-so gets 2 draft picks.
This and it's you can get this, but you can't trade this guy because of a provision in the CBA, and we can't do that. Who doesn't love that, right? But it ended up being Cleveland gives up 3 first-round picks, 2 pick swaps. They give up Colin Sexton, who was injured last year, Lauri Markkanen, and then their first-round pick from this year. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he was like the 14th pick this year. And so you look at that as a Heat fan, you're like, all right, well, you're telling me that they could have basically given them the intangibles package of Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson and Jovic. And
stop. It's not why are you still talking about that guy's name in the trade? It's over.
Who?
Tyler Hero.
Well, I'm just recapping. If you're a Heat fan, you're looking at the deal that they got for Donovan Mitchell. Like
it's also Donovan. It's also, let's not forget the Pat Riley and Danny Ainge thing.
Exactly. Well, that's a good point. I mean, is this an animosity thing where they're looking at? There's a couple things that strike me because I do feel like I'm not looking at this package of Colin Sexton, Lauri Markkanen, and I don't know how to pronounce dude's name, and looking at a Heat package of Tyler, make it Duncan Robinson, add Gabe Vincent in there, some sweetener with Jovic. It's not a package I look at and say with the players that he couldn't match up. Now they would have had to get another pick, obviously, to make that happen. But if they really thought it was close or they thought they were in it, or there was some good relationship or communication going on with this trade, this is not like the 7 picks that were being thrown around early on. So I get the Heat fans' frustration with it. If you really wanted Donovan Mitchell, and it's interesting. The things that strike me are one, that yes, Danny Ainge and Pat Riley, not great friends, not the great relationship that could be that. The other thing that really stands out is the Colin Sexton thing, in that Colin Sexton got an extension of 4 years, $72 million guaranteed. Everybody thinks that the Utah's about to go in the tank. And for Tyler Hero, you're basically going to have to pay double that. Like Tyler Hero's price tag is going to be double that. And if you're going to be nowhere near contention and you feel like you're going to blow this thing up and restart the whole franchise, even though it's been reported that Danny Ainge was a huge Tyler Hero fan, for where they are in the organization at that point, do they want to give Tyler Hero basically $140 million? I don't know.
Yeah,
I think he's a better player than Colin Sexton, a lot better. But I don't know if that's a big hang up there as well. As one, that he didn't have the pick, so they would have had to make that happen. And second of all, did they not want to invest that much money in Tyler Hero when they're essentially going into a rebuild?
Right.
I don't know. I don't know what the answer is, but it is frustrating for the Heat because everybody wants them to do something splashy, and they are going into this year, and everything that the Heat are telling people as to why they think they can be better is a question mark. It's a question mark, and it's not a for sure certainty on paper. Because if you look around the East right now and you see Boston's made moves, on paper, looks like they've improved. Philadelphia made a move, looks like they've improved. Now, Cleveland, who was very good all of last year until Jared Allen got hurt, they make a major move. Atlanta made a major move in getting DeJounte Murray. So and then, of course, we got to account for Brooklyn running it back, even though they look like, I assume they're going to be a clown show. But let's say that, they're more kumbaya than we think. They obviously will have Kyrie Irving. Well, again, I have to really put a caveat here. In theory, they would have Kyrie Irving for a lot more games. You never know with him. But this is an East that's going to be very, very improved. And for the Miami Heat, they're sitting here. They did nothing. They lost PJ Tucker. And you're essentially telling your fan base, we are betting on Kyle Lowry being able to get through a postseason healthier, Victor Oladipo being who he was a couple of years ago, a guy really 3 years ago, and you're going to need big improvement from Bam and Tyler, or improvement from Bam and Tyler. So these are all things that on paper you can't really just show your fan base and say, hey, this is where we're going to account for not doing anything.
Here's one of those situations,
but they're all what ifs. They're not certainties.
But here's one of those situations where if you trust your organization and there's no reason not to, then you ride it out. They're not the organization that says we'll be ready to attack next year. No, it's now. So if you understand that and you know where your team's been the last 25 years, then you just roll with Pat.
Yeah, it's an odd thing though, like to not make any moves. Essentially, like they didn't do anything.
Look, to make a move, just to make a move doesn't mean anything. You got to make the right move.
That's true.
And here's the issue with trading for a star player. You're going to have to give up stars. And so you have to make would Miami be better if you have to give up so many players?
Well, you say that, but I mean, it's not like Cleveland gave up a star for Donovan Mitchell.
Colin Sexton was. Nah, he just got hurt.
Not a star.
No,
he's not a star. Tyler Hero's better than him.
Okay. All right. And you just have no faith in Jovic?
I don't know Jovic, dude. I don't know Jovic. He's a child.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe he'll be great. I don't know, but I don't know Jovic.
You didn't know Tyler Hero either.
But I actually did know Tyler Hero. I have my Kentucky sources.
But you know who you do know? Pat Riley.
I do know Pat Riley, but here's the thing. You see what Bam did on Twitter?
What did he do?
Remember, this is not a person who does many things on social media.
Right.
Not a big social media guy. Are you aware of the meme of the guy over the grill? I don't know where this comes from, but it's a pretty famous meme when people are outraged. Have you ever seen this, Marcos? The guy's over the grill. He's like looking around and he goes, "Hey, yo, what the bleep?"
I know exactly what
you know that. You know that meme?
Yes.
Everybody knows that meme. I don't know where it's from. Maybe that makes me uncool, but I know the meme. I see it all the time. Like when somebody's reacting to something happens, you're like, such and such's reaction to this. So a website superimposed Bam's face on that guy with Pat Riley and Jimmy Butler next to him. And it said in the caption, JFit, could you bring this up? It was like Bam Adebayo after bowling with Donovan Mitchell all summer in Miami. And so Bam is the guy who goes, "Hey, yo, what the bleep?" And there's Pat Riley and Jimmy Butler there. And Bam liked the tweet.
Ooh.
Bam liked the tweet.
Why would they do that?
Why would he do that? Why would Bam Adebayo like the? Did he just think it was funny? Because
yes,
funny meme.
Nah, it is pretty funny.
Or
oh my goodness.
Is Bam genuinely upset they didn't get Donovan Mitchell? I sat out here crooning. He led the chance at the Miami Pro League. Miami. Why would he do that? Is it because he
would they
wanted
do that?
one of his best friends on the team and he just saw what he went for and is just like, we couldn't have done that? Why? And then Jimmy Butler, you don't think he has a little texty text with Jimmy yesterday in Switzerland? Because Jimmy went out to dinner with Donovan Mitchell. Why would Bam do that? Is he just
Why would
looking
they
for the
do
jokey
that?
joke?
I don't know. I'm sure there was a lot of jokes he was tagged in. Why that one?
Why that one?
Why would they do that?
And now I wonder, could there be a little rifty riff with KFC? Could the Kentucky effing connection have a rifty rift? Because Tyler Hero tweeted out yesterday, after all this chicanery, nah, keep that same energy. Why would he do that? Why would
they do
Tyler
that?
Hero tweet that out after the Donovan Mitchell trade? Is he mad at Bam? Is he mad at Heat fans? Why would he tweet that? I think he's mad at Heat fans, quite frankly, because they're being rotten to him, which they shouldn't be. I think it's lame to do that.
This scares me and gets me happy. You know, obviously the chip on the shoulder thing is going to benefit. Tyler is that kind of player that needs that chip on the
Hey,
shoulder.
enough of
This
that chip on the
scares me,
shoulder
though.
crap.
What do you mean, Chip? What do you mean?
No, that's true. If
Chip
you're
on the
Tyler Hero-
shoulder's a thing, dude.
You know what? Tyler Hero is going to be fine because he's a good basketball player, not because he got a damn chip on his shoulder. I know a lot of people.
You're wrong,
I know
dude.
a lot of people had a chip on their shoulder, but they wasn't good enough to do nothing about it.
I think he's in England right now
Okay.
because he looks like he's in England,
Okay.
but he's still training. And so this video yesterday, he's out there. He turns off the replies just to show you I'm doing work. All right. He's in the lab yesterday, Leroy. He's getting swole as hell.
Oh, my
He is
God.
getting swole as hell yesterday. Look at that. Look at those pipes. And I think he's in England because he has, it looks like he's in England. You might as well call Tyler Hero Mario Brothers, okay? Because that dude is building pipes. You know what he just had, dude? A mushroom because he's growing. Getting swole as hell, Tyler Hero. It's okay. You know what you use this as, Tyler? Fuel. Fuel, dude. Why are you looking at me like that?
You have
Texter writes in.
lost. You have lost your mind.
Texter writes in, before we even get started on Spider Leroy, what's the
Minus
over-under
one.
on Tobin saying he never wanted him?
Oh. I'm surprised you didn't lead the show with it. Because
What,
as soon
Spider?
as it happened,
No, I'm not going to be
soon
a
as
phony.
it happened, Twitter was blowing up. Oh boy.
I'm not going to be a phony. I
Wait,
wanted
oh,
I like
phony
Donovan
Tobin.
Mitchell. I like
What?
Donovan Mitchell. I like Donovan Mitchell. I'm not going to be a phony and say I didn't want him. Although I will say, you know, for all the Tyler Hero slander he gets for his playoffs last year. Look at the numbers for Donovan Mitchell last year in the playoffs. Stunk. Never won him. Dude was a playoff bum. You want to talk about, you know, everybody calls Tyler Hero bubble boy. Donovan Mitchell's best playoff performance is in the bubble. Just saying. Yes, he has been the best player on a 1 seed, but that best performance is that duel he had with Jamal Murray. Great series. God, that was a good series. Oh. Just saying. Never won him.
You're the worst.
How am I the worst?
Because you're just biting your tongue now.
I'm not biting my tongue.
Oh,
I'm
my
disappointed. Boring off season.
Why?
I wanted to splash. I did.
You know, change isn't always good. You do realize that, right?
You could be right.
Mhm. Okay.
It's like our only move is losing PJ Tucker.
But again, when I get into situations like this and I say, ooh, I think that he would have been better with this player, that player, I'm going to trust Pat Riley.
I mean, giving PJ Tucker at 37 years old, 3 years guaranteed is a roll of the dice, especially for a guy who doesn't like to take off games and said at one point, I haven't felt great since December, which it looked like it by the end of the playoffs because he
So-
couldn't move.
So why are you complaining?
I'm
You
not
think
really
Pat Riley sees that too?
I don't think. See, here's the thing. I don't think Heat fans would be satisfied even if you really, really run it back, and you just brought back PJ Tucker. I don't think that satisfies Heat fans.
Why
But
wait,
the idea that he
how much change do you need when you're one shot away from the finals?
true, but the thing is that he goes to Philly. That's the thing that hurts. It's a tough East.
So all these teams added players and traded for players and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
How many of those players are better than Victor Oladipo if Victor Oladipo gets back?
If he's Victor Oladipo?
Yeah.
None.
Okay.
What's the question
So
mark, dude?
while you're complaining
If he's
about
revenge,
not making the splash,
look, if he is revenge mode, truly what he thinks he is, which I mean, he thinks a lot. If he is that,
but if he don't think it, you can't expect anybody else to think it.
no, if you're getting that guy, if you're getting anything of that guy, you can essentially say that's a better move than getting Donovan Mitchell because the guy can guard.
Right. So
But it's a roll of the dice, Leroy.
Here's what people want. People want paper splash, right?
Paper
You
splash,
want to
dude.
splash on paper. It don't even matter if it works or not.
I want to lay on a trade machine printout like in Breaking Bad, the guy who lays on the cash. That's what I want to do. But look, Victor Oladipo was Donovan Mitchell before Donovan Mitchell, as far as Heat fans are concerned. Like, that was the guy. The D-Wade ties,
Right.
the guard, always thought that he had the train
Two-way
down here.
player.
Well,
Even
I
more
mean,
so because all the guys
Donovan's not into it. Look, Donovan's way better offensively than Victor is. Like, his ceiling, being a 50-point scorer, all that type of stuff, way higher, but he stinks defensively.
Has Vic scored 50 in his career? He scored 50.
I don't know.
Come
Not like Donovan Mitchell.
on. All right.
Donovan Mitchell's he's a supernova offensive player, but he stinks defensively. Victor Oladipo, he's a good offensive player, and he's a terror defensively. What do you think of after the Heat swing and a miss on Donovan Mitchell? Don't get
Did
him.
they swing and a miss?
Well, they didn't take the bat off their shoulders if they didn't swing and miss.
Because I would say, and here's what I have a problem with when it comes to these trades. So say if I'm dealing with the Knicks,
Yep.
and then I'm dealing with the Heat, and I tell them what I want. Okay, I want Tyler Hero and XXX, right?
Yep.
Or I want RJ Barrett, XXX, draft picks or what have you.
Mm-hmm.
And those two teams say no, right? Let's work something else out, or no, we're not giving those up. And then they play hardball again and say, we're not doing it unless we get those players. And then, the Knicks said, look, and good for them. Hey, man, if we don't have something done by Monday, we're moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
How do you know the Heat didn't say the same thing? And then the Jazz went and kicked the tires on Cleveland, who also shows some interest.
Did they have Donovan Mitchell?
Huh?
Did the Heat have Donovan Mitchell?
No.
Swing and a miss. So anyway,
It's not a swing and a miss.
swing and a miss, dude.
Because you didn't give them whatever they wanted?
It's a nice bow on it, but do we have
Because you
Spida?
didn't give them what they wanted?
They don't have Spida.
But maybe the price was too
Like, everything
steep.
you just said is nice, but do you think that even like New York Knicks fans, like I saw Stephen A. Smith, he's beside himself in his limo, it looked like. Beside himself because the Knicks didn't get Donovan Mitchell. Swing and a miss.
Nobody knows what the Jazz actually wanted.
No, but we know what they got, and I look at that, I'm like, that's not
But that's not
outrageous to me.
Maybe they gave the Knicks and the Heat take it or leave it. If he's not included in this, we don't want the deal.
Yeah, but the only thing I could say take or leave, like the big commitment that the Jazz would have to do that's different from what the Cavs gave up, is that Tyler's going to command a lot more money than Colin Sexton did.
But at that point, it doesn't matter.
No, I mean, it does matter if you're going into a situation where you're going to tank and you're going to blow.
It actually would be even easier to make the trade with the Heat because it'd be easier to match salaries if
their salaries are the same. Like, the extension doesn't change.
Okay.
That doesn't change. I'm saying, but the extension that Colin Sexton got of 72 guaranteed, it's probably about half of what Tyler Hero is going to command. So that's why I'm wondering, like, is that, did that make more draft Did that make them want more?
Sexton did 4 years, 72.
Yeah, and Tyler's probably going to get like 4 years at probably like 120 to 140.
So that's like 12 more million a year.
A lot more money.
Yeah.
Going to make a lot more money.
I mean,
I'm wondering from the Jazz's standpoint, because why negotiations either didn't go anywhere with the Heat or why the Heat couldn't have matched a package like that. Because I look at what they got, which was basically Cleveland gave up 3 unprotected first-round picks, so the Heat would have had to maneuver to get a third first-round pick. They would have had to unlock stuff with OKC. They gave up their first-round pick this year, essentially, whoever they picked at like 14. So they would have had to give up Jovic, okay? So Tyler, Jovic, and then is this like to the Jazz would have been like Robinson to match salaries, Strus or Gabe Vincent, some little sweetener in there, a little sweetener to get it right. Would that have been enough? And if they're telling me no, I'm wondering, is that because they don't want to commit to Tyler Hero because they don't believe in him? They don't want to invest that much money in him?
But
I don't know.
All the things you're saying are reasons why Spider's not here. It's not that the Heat didn't try. There's other circumstances other than, oh, we want him. You know, there's other things that came into play, and that's all I'm saying.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. If Bam Adebayo is on Twitter and he's liking tweets about swinging and missing on Donovan Mitchell, because I balled out with Donovan Mitchell all summer, I think if one of the Heat's best players is implying to him, I wanted that guy on the team, I think that, yeah, you can look at it as a little bit of a swing and a miss.
But he doesn't know what the particulars of the trade
He
was.
knows the particulars, dude.
No,
he knows the particulars. Bam and Andy Ellisberg, samesies.
Oh my goodness! I just
Andy
wonder,
Ellisberg.
you blaming the wrong people. I mean, how you know it ain't the Jazz? We're making their demands were too steep, or their demands weren't and they didn't have demands where something could get done.
I'm sure maybe at one point their demands were too steep, but after the Knicks lose out on RJ Barrett and then Windhorst is out here saying the mutual interest is there between Miami and Donovan Mitchell. They both want each other. You know, if this is now, maybe Danny Ainge was just being a rat bastard. I don't know. He could have been because he hates Pat Riley. Yeah. But at that point, I need Dwayne Wade to come in there and say, hey, Danny boy, stop being a rat bastard here and let's make the deal happen. Because now what's going to happen is Donovan Mitchell's going to ask out of Cleveland in 2 years. He ain't staying there.
All I'm saying is that we look at the Knicks and the Heat and say, if they wanted him, they could have got him. When clearly that wasn't the case because what the Jazz were asking for might have been too steep or too difficult to work out.
Yeah, but I think we were all under the impression that they wanted to draft capital because the Knicks have like 7 first-round picks. I think that we're under the impression that they want to draft capital somewhere in the line of like 5 first-round picks.
Yeah, and RJ Barrett.
And RJ Barrett.
So but they never went back and forth though.
Yeah, but they didn't end up going for that. They didn't end up going for that though.
Right, but what I'm saying is this: is that okay? They had gone back and forth. The Knicks and RJ Barrett. The Knicks had the most capital to offer. Okay, and you wanted to see, you know, like they had the picks, they had the players, they can make this thing work, right?
Mm-hmm.
The only reason why it wouldn't work if the Knicks really wanted Spider was that there was something in that deal that the Knicks said too much. We're not doing this. Let's renegotiate. Let's try something different.
Yeah, because if you have the draft capital, because the Heat aren't in this position that the Knicks are in. They didn't have 5-6 first-round picks. They have 2. They need to get another to I'm saying to even, you know, to probably even get at the table. But if they were able to maneuver that somehow, I'm looking at what the Cavs ultimately gave up because I'm saying even if the Knicks were out of it, once you get to that point, if you're the Heat, like, do you scramble and look for a third first round pick, or was it just the fact that they weren't into Tyler Hero? And
I don't know, but
Tyler Hero's a better player than Colin Sexton.
It seemed to happen relatively quick, and I'm curious as to this. I'm curious that after the Knicks said you have a Monday deadline to work something out, otherwise we're moving forward. If they then didn't turn around and call the Heat, or if they just went and worked out a deal with Cleveland and the Heat didn't even
Maybe.
have an opportunity. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying, like, everybody makes it sound like, oh, if you wanted him, you could get him. But there's a lot of moving parts to that. And that's not necessarily as simple as that.
Swing on this.
Okay.
By the way, I'm very disappointed that nobody gave me a point for Bam Ellisberg.
No,
I deserve a point.
There's a reason
I'm
why.
taking that to the
Absolutely
I
not.
take that to the appeals right now, and he's talking right now to DJ Zog. But the fact that I didn't get a point for Bam Ellisberg, shame on you.
No, that is something that should be a -1 for me
-1.
and a definite point for you. Bam Ellisberg was pretty good. I'm sorry I missed that one.
Point for Tobin.
I think you might be a I think you might be a nominee coming up for.
You know what? Marcos is your beast.
No, that's not true.
Yeah, he
And
is.
by the way, after reflecting on his crimes yesterday,
Yeah,
he realized that Winnie the Tua should have gotten a point.
it's true. Winnie the Tua was pretty good.
Especially, no,
Nope.
it deserved a point.
I will not
And
allow
no,
it.
the way I am graded on a curve compared to everybody else is not fair.
Because you
You grade
machine gun,
yourself.
you machine gun hot takes out there. Where did it do it? You don't stop.
I don't sound like that.